Hi everyone, this is information about the parent function, the linear parent function, sometimes called the identity function, and we have to answer these questions. Some of these easier functions, it's hard to answer all of this, but we can try. So basically you should know what this looks like. You learned this in Algebra 1, and it's just going to be like this. And going through, my slope is 1. It's hard to graph this on the iPad. So something like that is the linear parent function. Domain is all real numbers. The range is all real numbers. The 0 here is at 0, 0. It is an odd function because it's symmetric about the origin. So it's symmetric to the origin. It is 1-to-1 because it passes the horizontal line test. That's not horizontal, that's diagonal. So the horizontal line test. And for it's increasing. Technically, this whole thing is increasing from negative infinity to infinity. But if we look at where y is positive here in quadrant 1, and that's for x, that means it's increasing on 0 to infinity. In quadrant 3, y is negative, and that means we're going from negative infinity to 0 on the x. Remember these intervals? Here you're looking at your x values. So basically from infinity to negative infinity. Okay, the inverse, you're just switching the x and y. So basically the inverse is the exact same function, just like with the absolute value function after we restricted it. So your inverse function is the exact same thing. And honestly, to shift this, basically the standard form for transformations is y equals x minus h plus k. And what happens, this is why it's hard to do this when you're in Algebra 1, if we're going to shift it to the right, say by 3, so I'm just going to move everything over by 3, go up 1, down 1, and just do the slope. When you're shifting it, and just take my word for it, so that's a shift to the right by 3. But if you notice, it's also a shift what? Down by 3. So that's why it's really hard to tell. So if we want to go ahead and try to do a shift, this is just weird. So shift up by 4. I'm going to take this and go up by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then kind of try to graph this. If you're shifting up by 4, it also looks like a shift to the left by 4. So that's really kind of hard to do these kind of transformations. But nevertheless, we did those. And I think we answered all the questions, so that is all of that. The next function I'm going to do is the greatest integer function. Thank you and have a nice day. Bye-bye.